August of 2018, Egypt. Global media outlets release a groundbreaking revelation. In the Valley of the Kings, in Giza, a second Sphinx has been uncovered. During construction work, traces of an ancient road were found. This road connected two Egyptian temples as far back as 1400 years before Christ. There, beneath the sand, a monument was discovered, a lion's body with the head of a man. The first Sphinx, known as the Father of Fear, was not the only one. Here it is, the legendary Sphinx, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, a colossal statue with the body of a lion and the face of a man. Until the middle of the 20th century, it was believed that the Sphinx was as old as the Egyptian pyramids, and its sole purpose was to guard the entrance to the pharaohs' tombs. However, none of the ancient papyri discovered by scholars ever mentioned its construction, at least that we know of. This seemed odd, as the ancient Egyptians meticulously recorded every expense related to the construction of the pyramids. But the real scientific bombshell is that there were originally two sphinxes. Evidence for this comes from an image on a stone stela held in the Sphinx's paws. Carved into the stone are two lions, each looking in different directions. Moreover, further documentary evidence exists in the pyramid texts. In these texts, one of the gods says something mysterious. "I was with two, now I'm with one." Scholars suggested that the second Sphinx might be buried beneath the Pyramid of Khafre. But why was it hidden there? Researchers have proposed that the first Sphinx symbolizes the realm of the living, while the second guards the realm of the dead. That's why it's buried beneath the earth. But perhaps the most shocking idea is that the two monuments are actually connected by subterranean structures. In the early 20th century, the famous psychic Edgar Cayce made a prediction. Someday, under the right paw of the Sphinx, a secret chamber would be discovered. Rumor has it that after foreign researchers were banned from working in Egypt, the Egyptian government assembled its own team of researchers whose work remains classified. What they found was revealed by accident, thanks to the testimony of renowned esotericist Drunvalo Melchizedek. According to him, inside the underground chamber beneath the Sphinx's right paw, a round room was discovered, with 3 tunnels branching out from it. One of these tunnels led to the pyramid, where researchers discovered an unexplained phenomenon, a light field that completely blocked the passage. In the late 1990s, another revelation surfaced. Archaeologist Larry Hunter, who had studied the Egyptian pyramids for over 20 years, confirmed. Beneath the Sphinx, there is not one building, but an entire city covering an area of approximately 130 square kilometers. The city is surrounded by underground temples, and the enormous gates are guarded by the very second Sphinx, hidden beneath the earth. Today, scientists are trying to detect this empty space beneath the pyramids using satellite technology and electromagnetic radiation. It takes a lot of time and money. For our search, we use the human voice and the echo it creates, acoustic techniques. And I believe that if this story goes public, we will finally understand why the Egyptian authorities refuse to acknowledge the existence of the Hall of Records. They're playing their own game, but that's not all. It turns out that the underground temples are aligned precisely with the 3 stars of Orion's belt. Could it be that the mystery of the Sphinxes lies in outer space? Dozens of space probes investigating the red planet have transmitted photographs of the Martian surface back to Earth. Look carefully, some of them show pyramids. In the northern hemisphere of Mars, in a region called Cydonia, an object was photographed. It's been dubbed the Martian Sphinx. It features a female face with a characteristic headgear of ancient Egypt. The Martian Sphinx bears an uncanny resemblance to its earthly counterpart. What does this mean? Could it be that the earthly and Martian sphinxes were created by the same beings? Some researchers believe there are sphinxes on other planets as well, not just Earth and Mars. In fact, within our solar system, they may actually form a network. And it is possible that the sphinxes and pyramids are not merely monuments, but specific devices that connect different points of the universe, and perhaps even provide the very harmony of the world. The pyramid is the oldest antenna, transmitting signals into space, while the Sphinx is an accumulator, storing the Earth's energy. However, there is another version based on an ancient prophecy which says that when the Sphinx speaks, life on Earth will leave its usual course. So it is quite possible that the sacred knowledge hidden in the Hall of Records is not intended for us, but for a new civilization that will rise thousands of years from now. Look at this incredible footage. What you are seeing is a lost city. It was discovered by marine engineers Polina Zalitsky and Paul Weinsweig near Cuba in 2001, quite by accident. They were studying the seabed terrain off the western coast. Suddenly, a remarkable scene unfolded before them. What they saw on the seabed defied all expectations. Before them stood a classic Maya city. The streets and buildings, perfectly geometric structures. It was unbelievable because this was located 700 meters underwater. Nevertheless, the sonar clearly detected symmetrical signs of human activity. The most grandiose underwater ruins of our time are located in Japan, 20 meters off the coast of Yonaguni Island. Their discovery caused a global sensation because it's not every day that 30-meter pyramids are found, surrounded by various structures. Among them, archaeologists believe, are man-made channels cut into the rock at right angles, and even a stadium. Researchers claim that many of the structures at Yonaguni show signs of machine processing. This suggests that the sunken city was built by representatives of a highly advanced civilization. Atlantis was not just a point on the map, it was a capital with its own colonies and distant territories. For example, when we say Rome, we mean not just the eternal city in Italy, but the entire vast Roman Empire. Similarly, Atlantis could have been everywhere. We live in a world where it is believed that Atlantis is just a fabricated story. But all the evidence points to one thing: it was real. Atlantis existed. And we must come to the understanding that the ancients believed it was real. Once again, archaeological evidence suggests that Atlantis was very likely real. Some researchers believe that all these underwater pyramids are remnants of a great and once beautiful civilization. They met the same fate as the metropolis. It seems the catastrophe was of planetary scale. But what could have caused such a catastrophe? There are many historians who argue that it was a war between Atlantis and another powerful superpower of the ancient world. And during this global conflict, Atlantis too could have been destroyed.